I'm Mayoral Caruso. It's Thursday, May 21st. Today, consumption concerns.
To make sure that safety in the surrounding area is prioritized.
A new mobile supervised consumption site is coming to the province. We'll tell you where and when. Also today, under arrest, where police tracked down a man wanted in connection with a series of extortion and arson incidents. Plus, battling the blaze, how a fire ripped through a Winnipeg Goldeyes opponent's charter bus. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. The province's first supervised consumption site is opening soon, but it will be on four wheels. Addictions Minister Bernadette Smith confirms a mobile site will open next month. Standing by live to explain is CTV's John Hendricks. So, John, where is the province setting up shop?
Mayoral, it will be parked outside 366 Henry Avenue. Now, that's where the province wants to open a permanent supervised consumption site.
Some staff have been hired, so the director has been hired. They're interviewing some peer mentors right now and clinical staff, and then once they're hired and trained up, that's when the site will open.
Smith confirms Aboriginal Health and Wellness will run the mobile facility. People will be allowed to inject drugs in the trailer with staff on hand to respond to overdoses, but they won't supply the drugs. Staff will also help guide people to treatment and other services. Mayor Scott Gillingham says it's imperative that all systems are in place prior to the opening.
One of the things that I've expressed, and I appreciate the Minister has heard me, Minister Smith has heard me on this, as of the Premier, to make sure that safety in the surrounding area is prioritized. I know that there's been a lot of dialogue between the province and Chief Bowers and the Winnipeg Police Service as well. There needs to be coordination. You see coordination here. Regarding the supervised consumption site, there needs to be good coordination.
The site has received substantial pushback from some businesses and residents in the area who are concerned about safety. The opposition PCs have also spoken out against the plan. Jeff Bereza, the Tories' critic for addictions, tells CTV News the focus should be on opening more recovery centers in the province instead of supervised consumption sites.
John, does the province need approval from the feds to open this mobile site?
You know, the province maintains that they're opening an urgent public health needs site, and they say they can do that on their own provincially. Now, to open the supervised consumption site, they need the federal government to approve their application. Minister Smith says they are going through the exemption process.
All right. Thanks for this, John. One of two men wanted in connection to a series of extortion and arson incidents in Winnipeg has been arrested. Police say 41-year-old Jermaine Weeks was arrested on May 1st in Toronto. He was turned over to Winnipeg police and charged with 2 counts of extortion. He was also detained in custody. Now, Weeks is actually the 4th person arrested in conjunction with an extortion investigation that dates back to July. Police say several businesses, including convenience stores, were targeted with threats of extortion and arson. 5 suspects were arrested in January. A Canada-wide warrant still remains in place for 27-year-old Farhan Nabil. None of the charges have been proven in court. Police are investigating an early morning fire which destroyed the charter bus of a Winnipeg Goldeyes opponent. Police say the incident happened around 2 o'clock this morning in a parking lot at the Forks. Images captured at the scene by a CTV viewer show that charter bus engulfed in flames as clouds of black smoke filled the air. The bus was chartered by the Kane County Cougars, who were in town this week for a 3-game series against the Goldeyes. Kane County's GM says the Goldeyes helped the team secure a bus to get back to the States later today. Police say no one was hurt and 2 teenagers were taken into custody. A 15-year-old girl is charged with arson, causing damage to property, and possession of incendiary material. 6 people are now registered as Winnipeg mayoral candidates. Mazer Alam is one of the newest candidates to announce his campaign. A social worker from St. Vital, Alam is campaigning on a promise, to reverse water bills and tax hikes, as well as to build new roads, schools, and parks. He joins incumbents Scott Gillingham, Chris Classio, Umar Hyatt, Mike Voyajakis, and Don Woodstock. The deadline to register as a mayoral candidate is September 22nd. Election day is Wednesday, October 28th. A new community notification system in the province is launching at select RCMP detachments. It's called Rave Mobile Safety, and it's being introduced in Thompson, Norway House, Dauphin, and several other communities. It's a voluntary mass notification program which enables police to send targeted alerts directly by text, email, or automated phone call. Some of the alerts include public safety advisories, missing persons information, traffic and road conditions, as well as requests for public assistance. Police say it's not intended to replace the existing provincial Alert Ready system or emergency services. The pilot project is expected to run for 3 months. A Winnipeg animal rescue is one step closer to its goal of moving into a new facility, and it's all thanks to the kindness of strangers.
When she mentioned the amount, and I go, can you say that again? How many zeros are with that?
Darcy Johnston, owner of Darcy's Ark, says the shelter has outgrown its current space on Century Street. The Ark started a fundraising campaign a couple of weeks ago to raise money for the move into a larger building, which better suits its needs. And Johnston says the appearance on CTV Your Morning Winnipeg ahead of the fundraising launch led to a big donation.
We had a client who was looking after some cats, and she's tried everywhere to get them into shelters, and all the shelters are full. She saw us on the news, she saw the puppy, and she came down on the Saturday of the barbecue, and she made a very generous donation to kickstart our campaign, which was completely, it was amazing.
Johnston says the shelter is 10% closer to its $1 million goal thanks to that donor. In exchange, Darcy's Ark is happily taking in those 6 cats from the woman who said they belonged to her late brother and is now working to rehome them. Anyone looking to adopt or donate can visit darcysark.ca. All right, Catherine Dow joins us now with a first look at your Skywatch evening forecast.
That? Come on, that cute cat. A less cute cat.
Some pressure. You have good news. I've been waiting all week for it, right?
I do have some
all right,
good news,
I can't wait to hear it. It's all yours.
Yes, although raining cats and dogs is a good lead-in because that has sort of been the case in the Southwest after we dealt with a pretty soggy evening. You can see that system here. This is this unstable air mass being met with a warm mass of air that's also causing this instability. So as we push in, we see thunderstorms continuing in the Southwest. We here have been staying pretty dry. Won't be the case all through the rest of the week. However, we are in store for some very warm temperatures. So stay with us. I'll have details on just how warm we're going to get and how much longer this system is expected to linger in the Southwest and when we too in Winnipeg should be keeping our umbrellas handy. Details on that in a moment. Right now, though, let's take a look through the CTV Live Eye. Starting to get a little bit cloudier out there after a pretty sunny day. 21 degrees, and those winds have been pretty strong and continuing on that note currently out of the south at 40, gusting at times to 53 clicks. Pressure falling, humidity this hour at 35%.
The CTV Live Eye is brought to you by Bathfitter, exclusive home of the PermaFit solution.
Our first check-in on traffic takes us to the St. James Bridge. Bit of a slow go there, filing on one direction of the bridge anyway. Still moving at a decent clip. Nothing there obvious to slow you down other than a stray pothole or two.
Fulfilling his civic duties in the wrong country. The wild story about a Canadian man who officials say has been voting illegally in the United States. How he pulled it off after the break. Taking a look at the markets today, crude oil lost just under $2. The loonie slipped to 72.55 cents U.S. Gold futures added 720. The TSX gained 247 points. The Dow Jones closed 276 points higher, while the Nasdaq was up 22 points. Spring seeding in Manitoba is significantly behind last year's average. The Manitoba Crop Report shows seeding progress for 2026 is at 37% as of this past Tuesday. That's 20% lower than the same time last year. It's also below the 5-year average, which is 43% complete at this time. The report says it's due to cooler temperatures and weather conditions. Windstorms in the Southwest have also impacted seeding there by forcing some farmers off the fields. In the Northwest, farmers are dealing with saturated fields due to standing water from rain and snow. The report adds producers are hoping for a stretch of warm, favorable weather to help with seeding. A flight heading to the U.S. was diverted to Canada last night due to American flight restrictions tied to the Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Air France says a passenger was denied entry to the U.S. due to new regulations which say travelers from certain countries, including the DRC, can only enter through Washington, D.C. The plane was headed from Paris to Detroit when it was diverted to Trudeau International Airport in Montreal. Health officials around the world have been on high alert as a deadly outbreak of a rare strain of the Ebola virus impacts the DRC and neighboring Uganda. Meanwhile, one person in Ontario is currently being tested for Ebola. Canada's Public Health Agency says samples are expected to arrive at the National Microbiology Lab located here in Winnipeg sometime today. Officials in Ontario say the patient is being assessed after recently traveling to Africa. In addition to Ebola, they're also being tested for several other infectious diseases. Currently, there are no confirmed cases of Ebola in Ontario. A Canadian citizen who's been living in the U.S. for decades is charged tonight for voting illegally. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, the man is facing one count of unlawful voting by an alien and one count of casting a ballot known to be fraudulent. Prosecutors say the accused became a permanent resident in February of 1987 and has been living north of Boston. If convicted, he could face up to 5 years in prison, as well as fines ranging from $100,000 to $250,000. An upcoming fundraiser is helping forge friendships in the province. It's called the Southern Manitoba Best Buddies Friendship Walk.
The walk itself is a fundraiser for an in-school program from Best Buddies Canada. And this program pairs together a student with IDD, which is intellectual and developmental disabilities, and with a student that doesn't have those disabilities. And through education and workshops and activities, they start to build a real friendship.
The walk also seeks to raise awareness for those with intellectual and developmental disabilities, including autism. It aims to give them a feeling of inclusion in a warm and welcoming environment.
It is more than just a walk. It really is. It's a place where parents can come and make connections with other parents. There's a lot of educational information there. The whole community, whether it's Portage or Winnipeg and Brandon, from all over, come and support everybody. And that really is a great feeling.
The event also features children's entertainment, food, games, and prizes. The walk kicks off in Portage La Prairie on June 14th and runs from 1 to 4 at Island Park.
Community Connection is brought to you by Mr. Reuter Plumbing. Born to be a hero, trained to be a plumber.
Thank you for everything you've done for our country.
Feelings mutual, Dave. Thank you.
Signing off, how Stephen Colbert is saying goodbye to late night. Those details after the break. Dow is back now for Spotlight, and tonight is Stephen Colbert's last late night.
That's right, and it's going to be a longer than usual send-off.
Well, Dave.
Yes, sir.
Hey, thanks so much for creating The Late Show 33 years ago. It's been a pleasure having you back to destroy some stuff.
The pleasure is all mine. I enjoyed destroying stuff. It's great, great fun. Thank you for everything you've done for our country.
Feelings mutual, Dave. Thank you.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert will have an extended finale tonight, giving him some extra time to say goodbye to his 11-year run. And it's not only Colbert's last show, it will also be the end of the Late Show franchise after 33 years. The guest list for the final show is being kept secret, but we do know both Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon will be airing reruns to keep the focus on Colbert's send-off.
End of an era. All right, now to a rock band that is bringing its music back to life.
Yes, Evanescence is releasing their new studio album June 5th. Sanctuary will be their 6th album. There are also a couple of Canadian shows coming up in Toronto and Montreal. Nothing yet here in Winnipeg, though. Their tour kicks off June 11th in West Palm Beach.
All right, now to an upcoming documentary that's giving sports fans a deeper look at one of the greatest and most controversial soccer matches of all time.
Yes, The Match tells the story of the 1986 FIFA World Cup quarterfinal between England and Argentina.
Here in Mexico City, one of the most heated matches of this I could not believe that he hadn't blown his whistle. How did the referee not see it? How has that happened?
Le dije, fue con la mano. Y me dijo, después te cuento al dato.
That's a bad decision in very big match.
The film uses archival footage from the match, features a number of the stars of the game, and looks at the simmering political tensions of the time, too. The actual match was played with fresh memories of the Falkland Islands War and also included Diego Maradona's infamous Hand of God goal. It'll be in theaters later this year.
All right, Grey's Anatomy, I can't believe I'm saying this, is returning for its 23rd season?
I know, but if you cannot get enough of the original show, there's also going to be a spin-off. So this one will be based in Texas, and it's expected to premiere in the next year. And it wouldn't be official without the seal of approval from Shonda Rhimes herself. The Grey's creator will serve as a co-creator and executive producer on the new series, along with the Grey's Anatomy showrunner.
You know, nothing better than the first 10 seasons of that show. I've rewatched it with my girlfriends like 3 times.
I watch specific episodes just to feel something. The bomb episode with Kyle Chandler. It's a good one.
Like, had swollen eyes for weeks.
Denny Duquette? Don't talk to me about Denny Duquette.
I couldn't stop watching it.
Still too
Okay.
soon.
I might rewatch it again
Let's dive
just
back
because
in
of this
tonight.
walk down memory lane.
Exactly.
Thanks, Catherine.
You're welcome. Now kick off your Thursday primetime lineup with 2 episodes of Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. Starting at 7, Fear Factor House of Fear comes next at 8. The Traders Canada is at 9. Then at 10, catch Next Level Chef. It is all right here tonight on CTV. Taking a check-in on traffic along Confusion Quarter. A little bit overcast out there, but nothing obvious there to slow you down.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
If you're attending the RBC Canadian Open this year, you should also check out Golf Canada's new Hall of Fame.
We have our archives, artifacts, film, photographs. Artifacts collection is anything from golf balls to golf equipment to medallions, medals, hats, trophies. You know, it really encompasses a lot of Canadian golf history.
TPC Toronto is now the home of the Canadian Golf Hall of Fame, as well as Golf Canada's headquarters. The Hall of Fame is spread out all around the grounds, including the clubhouse, restaurants, villas, and locker rooms. It will all be open in time for this year's Canadian Open, which begins June 10th.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
It is looking to be another stormy evening across parts of the province. Not here in Winnipeg and many parts of the Red River Valley. However, as you can see, the southwest likely in for it again. The culprit being quite obvious is this disturbance that's meeting a warm air mass. That's what's triggering that thunderstorm activity. As we push in, you can see some scattered, disorganized and non-severe thunderstorm activity. And it's been a rainy day in Brandon, in Nipawa, Dauphin for you folks, and that'll likely continue overnight as well. Our futurecast shows us more how it's going to play out. So our little neck of Manitoba here likely to stay decently clear, maybe 1 or 2 clouds with some strong southerly winds. This system here that's wrapping kind of just above us and to the southwest of us continues to linger and begin slowly to push up north. So as the day progresses into tomorrow, could be kicking off with some rainfall and thunderstorms in Dauphin, while Brandon and Nipawa should start to see it ease. We too, starting off on those clear sunny skies. In northern Manitoba, you start off clear as well, but as the day progresses, you start to see this system lift up, bringing a good chance of some rain and thunderstorm activity, you guessed it, to parts of northern Manitoba. Slimmer chance to the northeast, stronger shot over in the northwest, but a good portion of it still really concentrating over that southern, or that Saskatchewan border, Saskatchewan-Manitoba border. So look for that rainfall to potentially continue in Dauphin. But then we too have a bit of a gate crasher, if you will. This separate system here, likely to bring rainfall overnight into Saturday for us here in Winnipeg. The good news is current projections seem to show it pushing off by Saturday morning. That means we've got more sunshine and decent temperatures, while the north continues to contend with a good amount of cloud coverage and maybe some rainfall as well. Tonight, though, as we stay dry, we do have some pretty strong southeasterly winds at 30, gusting at times to 50 kilometers per hour. Temperatures dipping down to 11 degrees under partly cloudy skies. And then tomorrow, as we're likely to see a couple clouds linger later into the afternoon. For the most part, it's going to be sunny. 21 degrees. Those winds staying pretty strong out of the southeast at 30, gusting at times to 50 kilometers per hour. I hate to even put this forecast out into the universe because it feels too good to be true. And as we know, so much can change. And Mayoral really wants to hold me to this. So Saturday is still going to be pretty nice, a little bit below seasonal. 21, it's what's typical. We're getting up to about 18 under a mix of sun and cloud. And then into Sunday, we start to take off with our temperatures. 25 degrees on Sunday with mainly sunny skies. And then on Monday, we're getting into very, very hot territory. 29 degrees on Monday, under more sunshine. A mix of sun and cloud comes Tuesday, and some very, very hot temperatures. 36 degrees on Tuesday, 37 on Wednesday. Again, we're pretty far out from this, so this could still change. However, it's looking pretty strong, pretty sure shot that we're going to be dealing with a very substantial upswing in temperatures. So our time has finally come. Here's Skywatch picture of the day. This is a woodpecker. Yes, Donna told me this is a woodpecker. I'm pretty positive. A good red-headed woodpecker. I love it. Thank you for submitting that and snapping it in the arm of St. Andrews, Donna. And then this action shot of the lovely beaches of Hecla was taken by Cheryl. Thank you to you both. Those are gorgeous photos, and we'd love to see everyone's gorgeous photos, weather-wise. Send them to winnipegweather@ctv.ca.
Skywatch Weather Pick of the Day brought to you by Provivo, Winnipeg's first and only longevity medicine clinic. Redefining health, performance, and aesthetics. Provivo.com.
A wild burglar broke into a house in Quebec, much to the surprise of those who were in the home at the time. Check this out. It's not what you would expect. That is a moose that broke right through the window to get inside this home. The animal could be seen standing right in the living room. Look how big it is compared to the couch. It did eventually get out, we're told, but not before breaking a few more things around the house. Yikes.
Maybe they gave the moose a muffin, which means he'd want a glass of milk, right?
He really wanted in there.
Maybe.
I couldn't even imagine.
What would you, I'd run away. The house is yours.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Leave when you're ready.
Yeah. Right. Just give you your space. Enjoy.
All right, we're back at 6 with much more local news. Hope you'll join us then.